But so, what were you guys' like initial thoughts on Tunisia? Like, I know I was excited, and I felt like the maps looked really nice. But I'm pretty worried about the fact that there's like the Italian semi-auto rifle.
Okay.
Cause like, are they gonna? Cause like, typically speaking, if one side has a semi-auto rifle, they're gonna give the other side a semi-automatic rifle. So like, what the fuck are they gonna give the Brits? You know, what the frick are they gonna give the Brits? Putting this on YouTube, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, they didn't make any semi-auto rifles, right?
They had some prototypes, and they had like some converted like one of monstrosity that I found on the internet.
Yes,
you found that.
yeah. Someone mentioned, was it the fucking? It was like the Lee Enfield that was like converted to being semi-automatic or some garbage from like World War One.
Yes, the Birmingham like arms.
Yeah.
God, yes.
PSA.
Someone commented that on one of my on my video from today, and I was like, dude, I really hope they don't do that.
Yeah, there was an experiment with 276 caliber rifles in the 30s that the Brits did, but they built like 4 of them and were like, this is not great.
Right.
Oof. So then they just stuck with the. I mean, I swear, man, they better not give us M1 Garands. I'm gonna be so mad if they give M1 Garands to the British.
What about if they give them Johnsons? What do you think about that? I mean, those were the premium ones in Normandy. They could technically.
Oh, they could. I mean, did the Brits use Johnson rifles?
Well, neither the Americans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's just kind of like one of those kind of random ass things, right? Like I could see where that could be a thing, maybe.
I don't know. So the other thing is that the Italian semi-auto rifle only had 6 rounds in it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the Italians really liked it. I mean, this is all from the Wikipedia page. I mean, and it's like tiny, like it's like 2 lines. But apparently, the Italians really liked it. But it only had 6 rounds. So I mean, would it be?
It was also 2 different calibers too.
Yeah. But would it be unbalanced if the Italians get a semi-auto with 6 rounds versus the Lee Enfield with 10? I mean,
depends on the rate of fire of
the
Italian semi-auto.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, it'll be faster, right?
I mean, think how fast the Lee Enfield at 5 stars is in Normandy.
That's true.
I don't know. That would be a tough. That would be a tough one. I can feel like if you're a game developer and you're making this and you're like, hey, look, we gave you a bolt action rifle, but it's fast. It's really fast. But the Italians, they've got, a semi. I feel like a lot of people are going to be ticked.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. But I don't even know if it'd be unbalanced. Because I don't know if you guys actually, if you guys saw my Tunisia predictions for the Axis. But the way that I designed it was the British are going to be better at medium long range, and then I had the Italians, the Axis, better at close range, which fits well with having a semi-auto rifle, because a semi-auto is not going to be as good as a Lee Enfield at medium long range, right? It's just not going to have the firepower or the accuracy, really.
It would be. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it seems like it would fit well with having like, the Axis are really, really good at close range because they have these semi-auto rifles, maybe in like close to medium range. And
if
then the SMGs
looks like a spaghetti gun, cooks like a spaghetti gun, it must be a spaghetti gun.
The hatred of the Italians.
Yeah, he does not like the Italian. You gotta like the Beretta, the M1918. That gun's good.
Yeah, no, that's the only Italian gun, and the
M38's really good too.
Yeah.
What about the FNAB or whatever?
No, I don't even like that thing.
Oh, that's the originator of the spaghetti gun meme.
That's just a worse grease gun.
Oh, get out of here!
Luckily, that will not be in Tunisia.
No,
because that didn't come until 44, right? At least from what I saw. I don't know. I feel like with the
But in
fact
production in 44.
the fact that there's a jumbo in Normandy, I feel like there's so much out the window. Like you could just
It's what they but it's what they used, or not what they used in the time. It's what was like in production or being worked on in that year. So like that's where like I had to kind of change up a lot of my mindset, is because like you said with the jumbo, like you have to kind of be like, okay, what was just even around in this time period? Like it doesn't matter if they were using it or anything like that, just like was it there in that time period?
Yeah. When did the did the FG-42 come out in 42? Please God, tell me no.
I mean, yes.
42, 40.
I mean,
damn it.
That's what it's like.
That's what's designed. So would it have been available? Are we gonna? I'm asking. Do you think we're gonna get an FG-42 in Tunisia? Because I'll cry. I'll do it.
There's no way.
I will cry manly tears right here.
What do you think, Jason? There's no way.
There was a Fallschirmjäger unit in Tunisia. They did not have FG-42s though.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, no.
Because there's the famous picture of the Fallschirmjäger near, I think it's like a fountain or something, and he just had a K98.
Yeah, he had the carbine version of it, I think.
Yeah, the carbine or whatever.
Yeah, right, but was it in production?
No, it was in design. It was because it had all the problems early on in its design, if I remember correctly. Correct, Jason? I don't have like I don't have like anything in front of me.
Yeah,
so what they're saying in chat, Dosser said in chat, it was designed in 41, 42 and entered production 43.
Right, which means it technically could.
Oh God! Please
Yeah.
no.
But there's no way. There's no way they do that again.
I know historically, by the time it was issued to the Fallschirmjäger troops, they were running away from Tunisia at that point.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't.
It's one of those things where I'm just like, I so desperately don't want them to, but I'm scared. I'm worried they might.
Because that would break it, though, in a lot of ways. Because then, like, what do you give the Brits to counter it? The Bren?
L85s.
L85. AKs. Give them AKs. God.
Like, yeah, like, what do you give the British to, like, even slightly counter that?
I don't know. What do you give the Americans to counter it?
I mean, a Thompson. I mean, you could. Yeah,
no, I know, but like, I just mean like it's just
an atomic bomb.
Yeah, there's no. It's such a power. We can get into that later. Anyway, what do you guys feel about the vehicles though? So we saw the
this
Grant.
This might be the first map where a tank destroyer actually makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm with Enlightened. I'm kind of like, I can see how it could be better. It's certainly better than the streets of Berlin.
Well, that's because they all had rubble in them. Like if Berlin, let's just say if Berlin had no rubble in it, like no rubble in the streets. Granted, that would look terrible for map design, right? But you would have kind of like open lanes to shoot down, right?
Yeah.
And so if you could, should technically have the advantage in that aspect. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like Tunisia, looking at some of those pictures, like to me, it looks really CQB, like which is hilarious because
I think it looks a little bit from the pictures they showed. It seemed a little bit back and forth. It seems like it could kind of go either way because they had like some stuff that was like, I'm gonna pull them up the pictures.
Yeah, there's a one picture where it's got the the like cypress trees and like the little lake little thing that looks open, but like when it shows that like 45-degree angle picture of the city, little town, like I'm like, good lord, this is gonna be intense. Like this is very close.
The Reddit post didn't link the actual
rip.
Because the M41 tank destroyer has long lines of sight with that tiny. A lot of it's going to also depend on its gun depression, but if it has gun depression with that tiny silhouette, it's going to be nasty. If it has long lines of sight.
But then again, is it going to be able to see over like tank destroyed holes that we all know bog up the street?
Yeah.
Like,
what kind of looking at the Tunisia maps, the screenshots that they showed, some of it kind of reminds me of like the squad maps in the Middle East. You guys played enough squad to know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what
this one in particular, I can't.
I
can't show
one
you, but
Yeah. Which one are you talking about though?
It's the farm one. It's the third or fourth one total on the official post.
Oh,
So,
the
yeah.
one that's got the cypress trees, little wheat
the
field
trees,
and
the
stuff
wheat
like
field.
that.
It reminds. I don't know. It just reminds. Let me pull it up on.
No, I agree. That looks very
This.
squad-like.
Yeah. Whoops.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it kind
even
of
the
reminds
one,
me of Squad a little bit.
even the one with the bridge here, right? Like, you know, the one that you see
Yeah.
that bridge and stuff. Like, that's very. I could see where the tank destroyer could do good.
It's
in
that really open desert area that it looks. But like, I don't know. I was kind of thinking like MGs are going to be so dominant in this because like, you know, these open areas. But honestly, man, like we could get some really cool stuff because they're introducing these vehicle squads, right? Like we know we're getting the motorcycles, and so what else could we be getting, right? Like in the
Boats
future,
as well.
yeah, motorcycles and boats. The boats are weird. I don't really understand.
Row.
But we know we're at least getting the motorcycle. So what if we get
Can't wait to run somebody over with a
half
boat.
tracks? You know?
That's I mean, you're speaking my mind here. I think half tracks are absolutely a good idea.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I know we've both been saying that forever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think though, like honestly, like I think that like, you know, SPAAs half tracks where they don't have the gun depression to really
shoot infantry. Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
So they can't shoot infantry at ground level. Now, if there's a, you know, guy up in a, you know, window, like you can't really like, you know,
right. Yeah, I mean,
people
sure.
from doing that, right? But like, I think that's a great anti-air problem band-aid on a bullet wound, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, because like I don't know, it kind of works on planes, but at the same time, it's. I mean, are people really gonna sit in a SPAA that only shoots planes? Are they gonna sit like for the entire game? Like,
I mean, I don't know. People are. I mean, you could. I mean, get if you made it where it's pretty easy for you to get kills for the. I mean, because people just spam planes right now.
Takes up a tank slot, probably not.
Yeah,
if it's its own vehicle slot, that'll be viable.
Maybe.
But then again, like, do you say so? Let's just say we add half tracks. Like, let's just say all three of us have, you know, biblical power here, and we had half tracks. Can they shoot? Or are they unarmed? Like, what half tracks are we adding? Like, I mean, like an American half track and a German half track, you know, they function very differently too.
Oh, yes, very much differently.
So it's like, how do you balance that?
American half track can go where German half track can't.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I would say just like. I mean, they both had just like, they both kind of, they might have served different, they might have been able to do different things, but they serve similar purposes, right? I mean, they're troop transport. So, I mean, I know that in Company of Heroes, you can have like the flamethrower stuff on the stupid, and yeah, on the stupid fucking on the German one, but.
Don't be hating on my build.
Yeah. But I mean, they both fundamentally, I mean, it's a half track with an MG on it, right?
I mean, some of the American ones had like AT rifles and like AT cannons on them and stuff like that.
Right, but those are the ones that got.
Yeah, I mean, the first American tank destroyer was a half track with a M19 1875 mil cannon on it.
And those all got and we might get those.
They all died at Kasserine.
They all died at Kasserine Pass.
Coming, boys, I'm calling it.
But yeah, I don't know.
The German version with the Pack 40 mounted on it was in the old tutorial.
Yeah. I mean, we could get half tracks, we could get stuff like that, but I think that having like a basic half track squad that's just, you know, half track with an MG on the top, and it comes with like 3 soldiers or you. I mean, you could do a couple things. You could make it a vehicle only squad where it's like, you know, it comes with a crew of like 3 or 4 guys or something,
and
or you could make it
somebody else's squad to the front, and you're just like the half track crew.
Yeah, or you could just do like you have a mechanized squad. I think there's a lot of ways you can do it. You could even do stuff where, like, imagine if they did something really cool where you get like vehicles and you can attach them to infantry units. So it's almost like cool. It's like separate, right? Like you have like your tank crew, but then you have like, oh, I have a half track. I can attach him to my sniper team, or I can attach him to my
engineering
my engineer squad, or like the motorcycle. I can attach a motorcycle. You know, once I get to a certain rank, I can attach a motorcycle to my sniper team.
I mean, you could honestly, if you made the half track we were talking, I guess it was yesterday actually, and you made it like a mobile spawn point.
Yeah.
Where it had to stop, obviously for people spawning, so you're just not driving around like a madman. And you made it like a logi, like in squad, like something like mobile. You could honestly just have it spawn every now and then in the back.
Yeah, I was thinking that
somebody will drive it up with it.
Yeah,
eventually.
Just have the damn thing spawn in the back and just go with it. Right?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that too on bigger maps.
As long as it had spawn protection from like the plane, because that's the only thing I could see. Like, if I'm a German pilot or a British pilot, and I know that it's not out there, and I know exactly where it spawns, like I'm bombing the shit out of it because that thing is.
But I think that's okay too, because it's like
your fault for leaving it.
Well, it's your fault for leaving it, but it's like if you park it somewhere, right? Like you're attacking an objective. I'm gonna park this half track on the side so my team can spawn an assault. It's like it's not as sneaky as like a rally point. But then it's it's a big half track. You can drive it. You can move it, right? Rally points, you can't do that. And it also gives you some fire support with an MG.
Here's a question about when we talk about spawning on
big
half
target,
tracks.
though.
Do the players spawning with the half track, do they spawn in the half track or around the half track?
I think it only spawns. You can only spawn on it, I would think, if it's not moving.
Yeah, and I think you would spawn outside of it.
Yeah, you spawn outside. Like it's like a setup kind of thing.
Yeah, because that way, think hold down in Company Heroes 2, right?
Yeah,
like right. Sandbags come up around it and stuff.
Oh, can you do that in Heroes and Generals? Is that a thing in Heroes and Generals? Apparently, someone mentioned that in chat, and seems like that would be a thing. Yeah, but like something just to give like forward spawns, I think that could be really, really cool, and you could make the maps bigger too if you did that.
That's what I think might be coming with Tunisia. With the addition of the light transport vehicles and boats, we might get bigger maps for Tunisia.
Yeah, the only problem is it's like. I feel like there's a certain cap on the map size because it's like it's only 10v10, right? Like you're pretty limited, and we can't increase the amount of players because consoles already struggle apparently with 10v10.
I don't know how, but
I saw early stuff. Apparently the game was supposed to be like 20v20, and they like scaled it back, something like that.
I mean, could they do? I guess the best thing with half tracks though too, and because it kind of kills two birds with one stone, is we've all wanted secondary objectives.
Yeah.
And that's like a pretty big one, right? Like,
yeah.
Hey, look, like find the big ass truck that people are spawning off of. Oh, and by the way, they're rearming off of this thing too. Like, go find that.
Yeah. And it's like it's a soft secondary objective. That's what's really cool. Like it's not like we've all seen what happens when they do the secondary objectives, like with Airfield, and I think it makes sense in theory, and I think it works in theory. It's just that specific secondary objective is like ridiculously stupid.
The US don't need 2,000 support tickets to win the match.
Well, you can't really defend against it either.
Yeah, like, exactly. How are you supposed to stop them? Like
okay.
Literally, the best defense against it is to shoot down your own barrage balloons, I guess? Yeah. Like, that doesn't work.
What do you mean Nazi scientists couldn't protect their balloons at the airfield?
Yeah, so it's super strange with that one. But I think there's so many things. And they mentioned that they have more secondary objectives coming. And they said that they even have different ways to win matches coming. Where you have to, like, blow up a final objective, I think is what they said. Something like that, right?
Well, yeah.
I hope that just doesn't mean a plane comes and presses spacebar on the objective.
Oh Lord, no! I hope it's more like Red Orchestra.
Yeah,
where you had to like plant something.
Destroy this bunker. Okay, my plane just comes and kills it instantly. Well,
what did they said it somewhere? Oh yeah, new unique winning criteria such as the destruction of certain strategic objectives.
Well, you could do it too, though, like with unique strategic objectives with that half track. Like, hey, tow an 88. Like the half track tows the damn 88. Or it tows whatever, right? Like, and when it sets up, like, secondary objective, activated. Like, go find this and kill this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work in a game design thing. You would know more about that than I would. I was just spitballing some ideas.
Yeah, it's weird. There's so many secondary objectives and...
Right.
Yeah, you could...
Pros and cons to them.
Because Because if you do too many, it's gonna get out of hand and it's gonna be confusing, I guess, and they could snowball really hard. Like I remember we were kind of laughing and spitballing earlier when we were playing. And it was like a king tiger somewhere on the map, and it's like, hey Germany, go repair the king tiger. Hey Allies, go blow up the king tiger. And it's like, yeah, that could be really cool, but what do you do with the king tiger? And who gets the king tiger? Like who?
And does the king tiger die instantly? It gets repaired to a plane.
Yeah, like kind of.
Or somebody sets up a bunch of AT mines around it, so the crew gets in and gets a case of explosions.
That is exactly what I would do, just to be a dick. I don't know. That would be. I don't know. I don't know how they would do that. Well, the first thing is too, like, is this campaign going to have conquest as much in the rotation as every other campaign?
I don't think it will, because it seems like with Berlin definitely has way less conquest.
Yeah,
like Berlin has significantly less conquest games and conquest maps. Like I think there's like 4 or something like that compared to like 10.
And they have the 5-point conquest.
And they have the 5-point, which I think 5-point is actually pretty good.
Well, yeah,
and they have I can't even remember the map name. The really close quarters one in the train station.
Train station is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a good map too. Because it's so close quarters, I feel it works. But I think that they kind of understand that people don't like conquest nearly as much, and so they kind of phased out a lot of, because like all the new maps they've been putting out is like assault, invasion. Like it's pretty rare they put out new conquest. I think that the last conquest map was the train station map, right? That's been the
no idea.
It's like that and like Maysky Forestry are like the only 2 new ones.
Is there Maysky Forestry?
Yeah, there's a forestry.
Oh yeah, that's
Jesus. I
think all they play in Moscow.
Yeah,
like conquest.
Yeah,
shows you how much I play Moscow these days.
Yeah. I think we'll see a lot more invasion, because I think they know that people want more invasion.
Yeah, like that's kind of, I don't know. I think that's kind of like the best game mode.
It's where the game shines the most, for sure.
Yeah,
I
agree.
But one thing that I was kind of wondering, like, how do you guys think the balance is going to be between the Italians and the British, especially now because you can transfer stuff across? Although I think we were all kind of worried at first because they were like, yeah, you can transfer weapons now, but you can actually it was confirmed you can only transfer stuff if you have it unlocked in both campaigns. So there's no like transferring stuff when you're level 1 and running around like MGs and stuff.
See, that was gonna. Well, I mean, level 1. I guess you could. I don't think you. Do you even have an MG unlocked at level 1?
No. I mean, you might in this campaign.
Maybe a premium squad at the most, maybe.
Yeah.
Because they've done a premium machine gun squad, and a premium SMG squad for every campaign.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is, if you can do that, then God help us if FG-42s are in the game, because
they confirmed that you would not be able to do that.
Well, no, but let's just say they have FG-42s in the campaign rotation for Tunisia. Now everyone that's maxed that shit out in like Berlin or something is going to be able to transfer those over.
Yeah, once they unlock it, yeah.
The other big question would be: does Gold Order stuff go over, and can you transfer the swords?
You should be able to transfer the swords. Yeah, because I don't see why you wouldn't be allowed to transfer the swords. You should be able to transfer everything. I mean, you're not gonna be able to transfer a Gold Order like T-34 to Tunisia, but
why not?
Beep, Stalin says hello.
Well, with the custom games
it's Soviet Lend-Lease. It's it's new historical facts discovered right now.
With the custom games though, we will be able to use mighty Soviet T-34s in Tunisia against Matildas.
The most massive tank ever.
Yeah, the most massive tank of World War II.
Yeah. And if it's a Matilda.
Yeah. Can you imagine a T-34-85 just like bitch slapping Crusaders in Tunisia? Like you're just like,
I mean, we might get that with the Tiger. If the Tiger's in the first 26.
Crusaders, I hope. Crusaders have what, like 15 millimeters of armor? So like what a 50 cal could like pin that, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Like a dish, like you these poor little like Crusaders are rolling around getting shot by like Dishkas.
M2 Ma Deuces, man, just sitting there back there with the AP round.
Early Tunisia tank gameplay is going to be shades of Moscow, where it's like everything penetrates my tank.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like that though.
I do too.
Yeah, they're all going to have terrible reverse speeds, horrendous turret traverse,
perfect.
cannons that don't have HE shells.
Oh my, that's gonna be real bad.
Hella coax guns though. Hella coax guns.
Oh yeah, especially for the Grant. It's got more
Yeah.
coax guns than some tanks.
Shoots all around. Just
I feel like the Grant will be. Did they not put they didn't put HE in the Grant either?
No, because they didn't have the logistics to get it.
Oh
they
my god.
cut all that off for the logistics.
What's the
side.
point of having a 75mm cannon if it's only got 80 or freaking like HE?
I mean,
Or
they
if it's only
couldn't
have
use it with
AP.
their. Yeah, because they didn't have
Oh
the.
my god.
They didn't have the HEs for the 20-pounders either, did they? With them, I don't think they did.
You mean the 17 pounder?
Yeah, 17. Sorry, whatever.
17 pounder was rushed because the Tiger popped up.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they didn't take HE with that either. They didn't use it as any kind of like field, like pseudo field artillery gun.
No,
either.
they just didn't have the time or the space on the ships. They're like, we just need to get these here now because the Germans have Tigers.
Yeah,
Those
geez,
Tigers are
that's
scary.
late game in Company of Heroes 2 right there.
I mean, the first 17 pounders didn't even have the proper like carriages on them. They just put them on 25-pounder carriages. We're like, here you guys go.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah.
I wonder if we'll get any big AT guns like that. Because how are you supposed to deal with the Tiger otherwise? I mean, I guess you just throw explosive packs at it, right?
The end all be all in armored warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the tank cannon just shoot an explosive pack at the other tank at this point in Enlisted?
It's true. I mean, I guess that's something we could. I mean, how do you guys feel about explosive packs? Like, I know we talked about. I think we talked about this last time. The more I play, the more I'm just kind of like, man, the fact that you can have like 9 dudes run around a squad with a single weapon that can just annihilate an entire tank feels really insane to me.
I really wish they were AT grenades instead.
Yeah, like why can't we just have like, like Saving Private Ryan, like sticky bomb kind of shit too?
Yeah.
Run up with your greasy sock and put it up there.
Because everybody had anti-tank grenades during World War II.
Yeah.
At the very beginning.
Well, and I would
did.
like the idea of like, you could have like some guys on your team have like satchel charges or something. Where like that's what you do in Hell Let Loose is it's like you have your AT soldier they tend to just disable a tank. And then once it's disabled, you have a guy run out with a freaking satchel charge and plant it on the tank now that it's disabled and blow it to smithereens. Which I don't know. I feel like that's way cooler than just like.
Yeah, or you go like
throwing
old school Soviet and you climb on the tank with a can of gasoline and pour it in the engine deck and light the tank on fire.
That's such a Soviet move. It's just.
Will we ever get Soviet paratroopers?
No, they're all dead.
Yeah, they're all dead.
They all died.
They didn't have parachutes.
Just jump. The snow will break your fall.
You spawn in and instantly die within 5 seconds as a Soviet.
Hold on to the wings. We don't have enough.
Here's 100 pounds of ammunition to take with you for everybody.
That's kind of interesting though. Do you guys think we'll ever get like actual paratroopers though?
If they do a Crete campaign, like a Greece campaign, I bet we do.
Crete or Market Garden.
Yeah, one of those.
See paratroopers.
So I think it'd be cool if like you actually like a paratrooper unit that you get to actually like choose somewhere on the map and you just get to like jump out of a plane. It'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
I don't think that would
be
that
hard.
The only problem is does the BF-109 come and spawn camp you as you're jumping out of the plane?
Maybe.
Yeah, good point too, right? I mean,
it gives fighters something to do.
Was it Battlefield 5 that they had it where like the planes, they had like multiple planes that just went on like a straight path and then you just picked when you jumped out?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Which
they could just
was
do that.
really cool. I thought that was fun. Yeah, they could do something like that.
That's not that complicated, I wouldn't think.
You can't have them be engineers though. You shouldn't, because then it's like they just build a rally.
They build a rally point. Yeah.
There's like 12 rally points like behind you, and you're like, what the hell?
What are you talking about? Players don't build rally points in this game.
That's true. Or if they do, they build them in attics.
Yeah, they build.
Put sandbags all around them. Then barbed wire outside of that.
Barbed wire.
They barbed wire their own entrance in.
Yeah. Oh, and we put an AA gun up here. Great.
Some dude will just camp it with a flamethrower and kill 20 people as everybody starts spawning in.
Stop putting rally points in attics, people.
True. Very true.
It's a cancer to the game.
Not helpful.
No, it's not.
And you know it's happening too, because you're like, why is there like half my team up here?
Yeah, why is half
Yeah.
my team not on the objective? Oh, they're all in
why
this attic.
why are we losing so bad? Oh, apparently we're just having the PTA meeting in the attic tonight, guys.
Yeah, well, and then when you die and you're like, oh, switch to my guy real quick, and it's like, oh, by the way, you're all the way at the other end of the map because, you're stuck by sandbags in an attic somewhere, fucking, just hanging out playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like, fucking.
Hey, just so you know, my soldier rolled 20 for initiative.
Got it.
I'm pretty sure he rolled a nat 1 if he's not there yet.
True, you're right.
So they did confirm though that we are going to be getting the closed beta, right? Same as Berlin, where we're going to be getting the closed beta and then we're getting the open beta later. But one really interesting thing that I saw on the Reddit thread was they mentioned they said, so someone was complaining about like, how the premium squads are kind of crappy compared to normal squads. And KO Fox responded, "This time we try to make such units interesting, premium units." He said, "They won't be just foot soldiers." So that's kind of interesting. So that means something that we're getting, some of these premium squads that we're getting are going to be just standard infantry foot soldiers.
Yeah, but we've seen that before too, though.
Right, but not in the closed beta buy-in period. That's kind of the big thing.
Okay.
So that because that's kind of the argument is it's like people don't want to buy into
An
it. Like
Italian kitchen squad that cooks spaghetti that heals troops around.
Hater.
Total hater. But people are just complaining like with Berlin, it's like, oh, I have the PPD DSZ squad, like great. But then it just gets phased out, and then it's like, man, I spent $40 or $60 to get into the beta for a squad that I'm not going to use for that long. So they were kind of upset about that. KO Fox also specifically said, the task of the premium unit is to get XP for you. They're conceived as a good way of earning, but not the best fighting squad. Which I think is actually 100% the way to go.
It could be a sneak peek at the Commonwealth squads for the British.
Maybe,
like,
yeah.
Oh, it's the South African Rifles or the Australians or somebody who, is just represented by a single premium squad in the game.
Right.
Which probably, yeah. I mean, you could even have Vichy France, honestly.
It'll be it'll be something different. That's all we kind of know. I wonder if it'll just be a motorcycle squad or something like that. I mean,
maybe. I'm hesitant with motorcycles. I'm not really a fan.
You don't think they're gonna be great? Oh man,
No.
I think they're gonna be so fun.
Go ahead.
I'm excited to get someone and like for me to jump in like the sidecar and then like do a drive-by on a tank with like a Piat or with an explosive pack, and you're just driving circles around a tank shooting it, or with like an AT rifle just like driving around like doming people. That sounds so good.
That sounds like, that reminds me of like when you used to be in like the Warthog in like Halo.
Yeah.
Right? And you just like drove around and like, dude on the back with the gun.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, go ahead.
I was going to say, facts, if they have rifles with bayonets, we could have a jousting tournament on the motorcycles.
Get our gladiator.
They will though. No, that has to be possible because in custom games, you could bring the Russians over, and the Russians have bayonets. And so in Tunisia, they said that there would be motorcycles lying around. So you'd totally be able to have jousting competitions. And that would be sick.
Terrifying.
Motorcycle jousting custom game. Here we go.
100%.
It was created right now.
Esports
ready. Esports ready game.
Forget historical accuracy. We just want to joust on our motorcycles.
According to Darwin says that the SAS did that in North Africa. Apparently, the SAS jousted each other in North Africa.
For the Queen, sire.
For the Queen.
Oh, wouldn't it be for the king at that time in World War II?
It would, but
okay. You had me really scared there for a second.
No, it would definitely be for the king.
Oh, they motorcycled with guns, he's saying. Yeah, we know that. That's
I would be, the only thing with motorcycles that I'm worried about is, so in the release of it, you see where they said like, some of them are going to have guns on them, right?
Right, and you can
And
fire them.
Yeah, and you
while
can see
moving.
the gun, that little gun carrier on the German one, right?
Right.
In the thing, and then like in this trailer that we just saw, you see those 30 cal bullets that are just there on the side of this motorcycle inside the trailer, and I'm like, I just get worried that people are just gonna zoom these things around, make like a MG nest, shoot 30 guys, zoom away, and then it's like they're just everywhere, and the tanks are so damn slow and can't turn their turret anywhere to get them that it's like, well, we're gonna have the 3 rioters of the death over here.
They could be
Mad Max.
They could be really powerful. I don't feel like they're gonna be that powerful because I feel like you're gonna be such an easy target to hit for infantry. Like you're gonna have to like move and then stop, and then like start shooting. And I feel like if you're in the sidecar, you're not gonna have a whole lot of like room to move the gun. Like you're not gonna have a
What
big.
would the recoil be though? Like, what's the
I
recoil?
feel like it'd
of the
be pretty
MG?
low.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
LMG
just. But what if you just laser in that shit from like distance? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest. I would much rather Death Squad MGs on motorcycles than Death Squad P47s. I'm gonna be just like Death Squad MGs on motorcycles is way more entertaining to me than getting bombed by a P47.
A lot of it's gonna depend on like how like good the all-terrain worthiness of the motorcycles are gonna be. Because if you're like flipping around on them and falling off them
Do
constantly,
motorcycle
and dying,
races, obstacle
like-
course. When are we getting enlisted Forge mode? That's what I want to know. Give me the Halo Forge so I can build
my
some.
God.
yeah,
I can build some
circuit races.
my
Yeah.
motorcycle races.
we're street racing around.
It could be like
Cole
Mad
Opera House,
Max.
guys.
It could be like Mad Max where you're like shooting each other.
God, this is gonna be. Why do the boats not have guns on them then? Huh?
That's true.
Why do the boats
That's
not
a
have
good
guns on 'em?
argument.
Too OP.
That's,
OP.
that's
The
the
fucking-
balance point. That's the balance point. The boats can't have it.
The fucking little pond of water that we can see in the Tunisia
Yeah.
map. Boats.
Where are these boats?
Boats.
That's something that like where are the boats even gonna be at? Like where like the boat like DevBlog has an American like soldier in it, but like where in Normandy are we gonna be like landing on the beaches and little landing like those little landing boats? Yeah, like, instead, like Darkflow was like can't model the landing craft. You get this little dinky.
I mean,
Like-
we just get the bayonets and do boat jousting when we get tired
exactly.
of motorcycle
boat
jousting.
joust. I don't care if it's historically inaccurate. I want some jet skis. That's what. Yeah, just like
James Bond your way
Yeah,
to the objective point.
The boats
Oh
are going to be in
my.
swamp. You're going to go around in the swamp where everyone can just walk. Just
Yeah, I don't know where. I guess they're gonna add new maps. They have to add new maps for these boats to exist. Because like, I don't know where in Tunisia would you like be using these boats? And like, I don't know. With the current map size, like, I just cannot think of a situation where I would be like, yeah, I need a boat. Like motorcycles, I can think of some, right? Like some maps, like it would totally work. But like boats, like. Maybe the boats are the half tracks.
There was the giant lake that's really, really far up north in Tunisia that they fought over.
well, there's the big lakes down south too.
The strategically
marathon.
important lake.
Yes.
Oh man.
Rip my predictions that we were going to be fighting in the southern part of Tunisia, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all-
you
it's all
guys-
North Tunisia.
I saw that. I was playing Hearts of Iron and my Discord was exploding because you guys were like freaking you were like 1920s like LA noir detective figuring out where in Tunisia we were fighting. Like perfectly deduced it.
Hey, what can I say?
Somewhere
Yeah,
it's somewhere up north then.
Kef, right?
Al
Yeah,
Kef?
El Kef,
Okay, it's up
El
in
Kef.
it's all up in Al Kef. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like those pictures are
Spot
Spot
on.
on.
Yeah, they're
Like,
really
I'm like-
one for ones.
Yeah,
Wow.
I can't think of any other way that it would work out.
I
Like,
mean-
like, go ahead.
That's something they do really well. Just Darkflow in general. I feel like, I mean, Normandy's kind of weird. I don't know how accurate D-Day is, but I mean,
Good enough for
like
government work.
Berlin and everything is like, I mean, it's very accurate.
Well, D-Day, the D-Day levels, Normandy is all in the British sector.
Yeah.
Like Dawlins is who helped out with that when we were in your Discord. He helped out with that. Like we found the airfield and then we went like around Cannes. It's all around. It's all in the British side.
Yeah, it's really weird that you're not actually on Omaha.
Well, wasn't it me and you Enlisted thought the ruins of Vaux was the village all the way up by the Belgian border in France, but it's a different ruins of Vaux.
Yeah, I thought it was the one from World War One that has like the museum. I was like, what the fuck is this in the game for?
Why are we here?
Because I thought that too. I was like, why are we fighting all the way near Belgium in D-Day?
Well, I actually
Belgians win? Confirmed?
I was watching Armchair Historian on YouTube, one of his videos, and they actually mentioned Saint Mary Glaise was like in that, so that's actually accurate at least. So like that one makes sense because that, I guess, in there were like the paratroopers or something. Because there it was like the paratroopers were the ones that fought over that town.
Very famous.
So that one makes sense at least. And that one was actually Americans, but yeah, the rest of it, I guess, is totally not.
Yeah, the airfield was captured by the Canadians. That airfield level is, God, I had to read through so many. Oh my God, those reports were horrible. It was just like a description of every German airfield in France that I was trying to figure out where this one was. God, it was so boring.
Oh, the historical archives of all the
exactly
the recon flights. Jesus,
exactly. It was like 3 hangars, pointing southwest, and I'm like, oh gosh. But yeah, like that one was captured. Yeah, it was captured by the Canadians.
You know, one thing I really like about that map, I like that there's just like planes that you could just like jump in.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome. I really wish we had more of that. I wish they would do something. I think it'd be really cool if there was more just like light vehicles laying around, like like Greyhounds. Like there's just like Greyhounds lying around, or like even Stuarts, like even really small tanks, and then like all the vehicle squads you call in are like bigger tanks. I wish they would have done that.
Tetrarch tank?
Yeah. You get to glide or drop a Tetrarch.
Why not just have the for D-Day? Why not have it where the Allies can man the guns on the destroyers? Obviously the destroyer can't move. Can man the guns on the destroyer to shell, and the Germans can man the shore batteries.
Yeah.
A bunch of Royal Navy ships like HMS Belfast provided close naval gunnery support.
Very close.
Texas
very
almost
close.
Texas almost beaching
itself. Just run it ashore. We'll build another one. Fuck it.
Yeah.
just American World War II things. Yeah,
Hanks says go.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if there were just like light vehicles lying around. Like I feel like nobody is excited for a Stuart. Like a Sherman, like you get in a Sherman, you're like, this is cool. Or even the Scott, you're kind of like, okay, this is cool. But like no one is like spawning the Stuart after they unlock anything else. So like having them lying around would be kind of cool. Obviously like the average American infantryman probably doesn't know how to use a Stuart, but then again, you also can't repair a tank in 8 seconds. So
back then driving was a legitimate skill because it's like you could fuck up your engine shifting wrong and stuff like that.
Yeah,
what about Go ahead.
Someone in chat just mentioned you should be able to drive enemy tanks. Like if they always jump out, I want to like steal an enemy tank.
What about 222s though, and Brin carriers, like infantry attack vehicles, like you just have those lying around, like nothing big. Like maybe a Stuart might even be too big, right? Because it's like armored. Well, they're all armored, but like it's got a cannon on it.
Stuff
right?
that like an infantry soldier can take out, but like that's the thing is every infantry soldier can take out everything because they all have explosive packs.
Good point.
Like literally, like it's one explosive pack will blow up anything in the game. Like even jumbos.
Well, here's a question for you, I guess, and this is kind of on the same premise here. Do you think? And I was kind of rolling around this in my head when I was having a cigar smoking session, and like, I think engineers should be able to build minefields.
I agree.
Yes, we said that in the first podcast.
We've said that for a while. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll shut up then.
No, there's a lot of things that I wish engineers could build. I think medic tents would be kind of cool, like a little medic tent that like AoE heals people who aren't in combat.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be real cool.
I wish you could build like the in-game sandbag bunkers that are all over the map.
Like better sandbag bunkers.
Those would be really cool to see.
Yeah, that's like kind of
I made that
Squadish, right?
I made that video forever ago about like totally reworking engineers to have like upgrading tiers like Hell Let Loose kind of does, where
Which
it's
one was
like
that?
it was a lot. It
video
was
was that?
pre open beta, actually.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
it
this
was
is a quiz video,
very long ago.
This is pre-Quadro.
Yeah, very, very, very long ago. That was like 200 sub Quadro.
Ah,
But no, basically the idea was, I mean, I took a lot of inspiration from Hell Let Loose, but the idea would be to basically make engineers not so gimmicky. Because right now I think engineers are very, very gimmicky. Like, even if I build a bunch of sandbags, it's like, it's rolled over by a tank or, you know. So, like, my idea would be, or was basically upgrading tiers of stuff. So, like, if I build a sandbag, it costs 1 resource, and then I could upgrade that by smacking it, and, like, maybe right-clicking on it or something, and it turns it into, like, a bigger sandbag bunker. And then you upgrade it again, it turns into, like, a little concrete kind of wall or something like that. And then that one is harder to destroy, or maybe it can't get blown up, you have to actually manually dismantle it. And you can do it with everything. Like, rally points can be, like, the first tier of them takes, you know, only you can spawn on it. And then the second tier, it's, like, anyone can spawn on it, but it takes 10 seconds. And then the third tier is everyone can spawn 5 seconds. You know, stuff like that. And you can make them, like, get bigger and bigger, so then people can see them from further away. You know, AT guns, you can start off with a little one, and then eventually you make, like, an 88 or something like that. And it makes the AI better, too, because you can make it take a long time to, like, build them. But then if you have an AI squad of engineers, then it's, like, they help you build stuff up. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things you can do with engineers to make them a lot more interesting.
For sure.
It's definitely
make the premium engineers good too. Premium engineer squads, worth their weight in gold now.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I know so many people love being the engineer, like the heavy defensive player that just builds like a wall of barbed wire.
The cult of the barbed wire.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm fine with that. Like I'm not into that. I tried to do the thing where I didn't kill anyone. I did a pacifist run. And only built things, and we nearly lost. And it was just kind of this thing where I was just running around. I'm just like, okay, I can build sandbags, and that's it.
Some tank traps.
Yeah, some tank traps.
Tank traps
like
indoors.
It'd be nice if you could build like bigger minefields, or
AT minefields too.
Yeah, AT minefields. You could do better. There's a lot of fortifications that I think that you could build. You could build trenches. Minefield? Trenches would be cool. They'd have to be raised. I don't think you'd want them lower.
The trench one would be interesting because that's like an engine. Can the engine?
Yeah, you would do what you would do is you would do like a raised one. Like it'd basically be like an object that goes down, and then it just is modeled like dirt, and it goes like up and over. And so it's like placed on the ground. So it's less of like an actual trench going into the ground and more of just like shoving some dirt.
It's kind of like what the Soviet conscripts build in Company Heroes.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
Thing. Okay, I got you.
It's like an earthwork kind of.
Yeah. You'd raise it up rather than it go down, because the engine would not be able to handle digging down with the way that the game is set up.
Those would be super good too if they were high enough too, because you could put them on either side of an AT gun, and then that would you'd have
the
fire
keyhole for the AT gun.
Yeah, exactly. And then you could just.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do with engineers. There's a lot of more buildables that you can add that would be really cool. Like imagine like a like a vehicle repair station that just repairs vehicles around you. You could even do crazy stuff if they wanted to. That's like an area that like gives you squad mates back. Like has like new squad mates that spawn or something.
Oh, like an HQ building.
Yeah, like an HQ building, something crazy. And that's kind of, that might be too far, but like, I mean, there's so many options. I feel like it's definitely one of the most underutilized classes.
What about more kind of like emplacements as like like a auto like the flak 30 and stuff like that. Like the auto cannon, flaks and so forth like that. Because now that AT guns can move, like, is that too OP to have a movable flak?
I don't think so. Because it takes forever to build, and the way that it works right now, I can shoot it with a PTRD and it blows up. So, like,
that's good too.
They're super easy to take down. So I wouldn't really mind more emplacements, and I feel like they're pretty easy to nerf too. Like
they got to get in all the other factions emplacements instead of everybody using an MG42 right now as well.
That's true.
Yeah,
not a big
priority. The MG42 emplacement for the engineers unpopular opinion. I can already hear the chat like getting pissed. OP as hell.
Oh no, I absolutely agree.
A lot
I
of
think the
people don't
AA
remem-
gun is actually better, but I think they're both pretty ridiculous.
Flashbacks of close beta Normandy with like
Well, the
30
AA gun
MG
runs out
positions
of-
everywhere.
The
Well, the
AA gun
gun
does
runs
run
out
out
of
of
ammo.
ammo. Yep.
Yeah, like it runs out of ammo. The MG doesn't. It just keeps going. Like
Yeah.
where is he getting the ammo
The
from?
problem
Like,
with the MG is it can break. While the AA gun doesn't really break unless it's really hard to deal with on Normandy. In Moscow or in Berlin, it's super easy to kill AA guns because you just shoot it with the PTRT and it blows up.
Yeah.
But
because-
in Normandy and Berlin though, it's tough to deal with those AA guns.
see, in Moscow, I don't feel like it's or
Berlin.
wait, what? Berlin, it's tough because it's like they'll
Inside
put
of
them at the,
They build them
buildings.
in
Yeah.
buildings and it's
Yeah.
like long
Down the
hallways.
hall.
The hallways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
famously
In-
on Chancellery.
yeah, that's hard.
Because there's
So
like,
then you're
what do
like-
I do against this? Like, there's freaking nothing. Like,
Yeah,
guess I'll die.
Flamethrowers, man.
Yeah.
Burn your way down the hallway. You'll be fine.
But yeah, I hope they change that though, where you can't those stupid AA guns in buildings and stuff. But I guess people just
Personally,
do
I
that
think the
because
AA
like
I think the AA gun should go away.
I do
Yeah,
too. I
don't-
mean, well, they gotta fix planes, which I guess can be the next topic of discussion on planes.
Once again, we've come to this such.
I mean, yeah, it's still something that
Elephant
needs to
in
be
the room.
fixed.
Yeah,
They
I agree.
obviously
I
have
agree.
plans, so it's better than last time we talked about it, where they seemingly had no plans.
Mhm.
But so
They're thinking up of something.
yeah, they have plans now, so that's at least good. We don't know what it is though, and I know that the only thing they've said is that they're doing something with like the shrapnel and the shockwave to make it more effective, like which is like laying down. But like,
Okay.
I don't feel like that's gonna be enough. I don't feel like that alleviates the core problem with planes. Like, yeah, maybe it makes it to where you don't die as much to them, but I don't feel like that's gonna like. I don't think
Why don't you just-
dying to them like it's not the fact that you die to planes that's the problem. Like, yeah, that's kind of the problem, but the core issue to me is the fact it's how you die to them. It's the fact that you die to them and there's like nothing you can do against them. I guess now you can like they drop a bomb on you, you go prone and don't die. Which is like, I outplayed you.
Yeah,
but like that
but
just
then you
seems
have like
stupid.
an NFL grade concussion for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And can't do anything.
You're Cam Newton.
Yeah, you get the Cam Newton effect, and then you're just done.
Yeah.
Anti-vax Cam
Gee.
Newton.
Oh Lord. You've got I don't know. I think like if you made it harder for bombing would be a good
I agree with that for sure.
like the P-51, like right? Like that was my first premium squad I bought was the P-51, the red
Oh
tail. Right?
god.
I know, great, right? Like yeah, did a great job
It's
there.
literally a normal it's literally the P-51 with the skin.
Yeah, exactly.
That is quite literally the worst premium in the game.
Is yeah, that was oof. That was oof moment right there, right? So, but like the P-51 is kind of hard for people to bomb with, right? Like
Yeah.
you actually have to know what you're doing.
100-pound
to do it.
bombs. They're the equivalent of 50s. 50 kgs.
Yeah, yeah, like, they're just you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think if you
Even
just
that.
made, yeah, I just think if you made the bombers like that, like it's a skill based thing. If you're good at it, great. If you're not good at it, then
And
You're
even if you
fucked.
are good at it, you're not going to be like nuking everything.
right.
You know?
Because like right now, like the what is it? The A-20, obviously, the Ju-88, like those things are just
P-47.
they're like B-52s, dude. Oh yeah, the P-47, they're just it's like just strategic bombing from hell. Like you're just like, well, good lord, like this is
It's
the
pretty
real
ridiculous.
experience.
Here it comes to kill half my team every minute.
I will
Yeah.
I will forever hold my idea about making planes despawn when you return to base.
Oh yeah,
I've explained that. Yeah, where when you return to the respawn or to the resupply, you get shoved back to the respawn screen. When you resupply, you get just shoved back to the respawn screen, and then it's like rearming. See you in 5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
You respawn to someone else, because then it's like bigger bombs takes longer. you get shot down, it takes longer. You know, so then if you're doing skillful stuff and you're bombing really well with like the little bombs, you can keep respawning and doing it. But you know, you don't get nuked every 8 seconds by some guy in the air. And then that'll make planes worse. Because I think one of the problems with planes is not just planes are super insane, but everyone uses them because everyone knows they're insane.
Well, yeah, it's the nuke option, right? Like you just kind of, hey, like I want to get. I mean, it's bad when you're posting up content of your, your scoreboard and stuff, and you're like, oh, by the way, this was infantry only. Like you have to like specify,
yeah.
Like that's a telling thing, honestly, to an something that's wrong in the game.
Yeah. But if planes get worse, if planes are nerfed, then I think that, because like 80%, right, of players have to be like free to play. And maybe that's a little high, maybe it's a little bit lower than that. Whatever it is, but over 50% of players are free to play in a single given match. So like, if planes are worse, then all those players are going to be using tanks, right? They're just going to swap to tanks.
Right.
Or, so then you're just not going to be getting bombed every 8 seconds, which will alleviate the problem even more, right?
I mean, yeah, and a tank is, I can avoid a tank.
Right.
Like, I can maneuver and then like get to his side, stay out of his like line of sight. Like an airplane, like, I mean, like, they never even see me. They just kind of bomb in the general area that they think I'm at. Like, they're like, that's kind of a
fly to objective point, press space bar, get kills.
Yeah. Like if you're spamming need enemy coordinates at this point, like you don't know where to bomb. Like at this, just bomb in the normal areas and you'll get 15 kills because they're just clumped up. Like just do it.
The bombs kill from so far away.
Yeah, like.
At the least, like, and a lot of the other things, a lot of the time, dude, you don't even know your impact in a plane, because like, well, I mean, you know your kills, but like you don't get hit markers in planes. You get kills. So like a lot of the times you could drop bombs and wipe out a squad and down an entire squad and not even know, and that's a huge impact because that's like,
especially if they're on a cap point.
Yeah, because that's 8 seconds where they are all bandaging and now they're out of med kits, more than likely. And they're all really low HP, and they're all just going to get slaughtered trying to get to the point. And like that's a huge snowball effect. It can be. And you in a plane, you don't even know. Like there was a time yesterday or the other day when I was playing, and like bombs literally dropped, like it had to have been like 200 feet away from me. And I literally was like, there's no way that kills me, right? And it wiped my whole squad. And I was like,
doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't think they do like even the directional, the explosives, like because you'll be like behind like rocks and shit.
Yeah,
and it'll land like
building it. It'll kill
it'll be like 100 yards down the road.
It's the whole shockwave thing. I think they have a shockwave system and a shrapnel system. So like, if you're certain distance from the bomb where it actually physically landed, the shockwave will just outright kill you. Like it'll go through everything and just kill you. And then they have shrapnel where it's farther away, and then that will like. Yeah, it's like random on if it hits you or not. If you happen to get hit by the shrapnel, you die.
It's like the HE shells almost.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
super weird.
And then like you can't even correct the problem by saying, okay, like buff fighters to kill the bombers, because it's like no one's gonna sit up there and just be like, yay, I'm shooting bombers. Like this is fun.
There's
not when it also takes all your ammo to hurt the bomber.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you buffed it and you're like, it's like a War Thunder.
Yeah. No, that does not work. Nobody wants to do that, and the people who do want to do that like are so few and far between.
They'll play War Thunder.
Yeah.
They want to shoot down planes. They're gonna play War Thunder, dog.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the bombers are missing their tail gunners right now too, so that's gonna be eventually added in as well. Yep.
Oh god, that's gonna be a nightmare when they have that. Like I can already see like people doing like inverted like strafing runs and shit, right? Like yeah, exactly. Like Violent is gonna be like doing with this FG-42s just out the window. Kill, and 300 kills in 20 seconds with his FG-42.
That was like my idea. They should just have BF-110 with 30 drillings on it and just flies over the.
Yeah, like
just one shot wipes the whole map.
Just one shot wipes the whole map.
Speaking of shotguns, though, do you guys think they need to buff shotguns? Bring shotguns back?
Yeah. Everybody wants the pump action shotgun.
Okay, dude, the Winchester has always been shit. That thing sucks.
Bring
I
back
love
the auto,
that gun.
No, that
bring back
gun
the
is
Auto 5.
awful.
The
Oh
Auto
my God,
5.
The
you're a
Auto
hater.
5, now that's
Auto
a
5.
shotgun, dude. I
Okay,
remember
the Luftwaffe driller was the worst.
the drilling was really broken. And I think that the shotguns deserved a nerf. I just don't think that they deserved 75% damage reduction.
The TOS-B was up there too.
Yeah, the TOS-B was a sleeper because everybody was like, "Oh, PPD, that's what I'm using." But like, dude, TOS-B? Remember when it used to fire both barrels at the same time and you'd snipe people across the map?
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, then
I remember whenever they added where you could fire like both barrels individually, and I was like, "Oh man, this thing just got like twice as good."
Yeah, because now you can kill 4 people
Now,
with 2
yeah.
blasts.
Yeah, it's just oof. I mean, but the Moscow levels too, some of them like with the reduction too, like it's unattainable. Like you can't.
You
Or
can't
hell,
get
the
enough
Wind-
pellets
no,
in the
there's-
hitbox.
Well, the Winchester too. Like, where the hell am I going to use this at? No D-Day? Like, I'm just
Yeah,
going to
it's
run around the
just
beach
D-Day.
with my pump action
Yeah.
shotgun?
I like to do what I would do is I would do the secondary weapons because that's another thing is right now like who the hell uses secondary weapons? There's no reason to use ever.
Plus,
Like
it's a soldier that has a secondary weapon automatically.
yeah. Like I cannot think of a single instance where using a secondary weapon is more effective than just bringing ammo bags. Like maybe
No.
on an assault squad for Germany, where maybe you want to bring a rifle, but you don't even get to bring the good rifles.
I was like,
So
Not
Yeah.
worth it. You're better off with ammo. You're always
Yeah.
better off with ammo.
yeah.
Like,
So
that's
like
the
buffing the shotguns kind of brings that back, you know?
should they buff pistols then too? Pistols are worthless.
Nah.
Like,
I think
uses
pistols should be worthless. I think pistols are much more of like this is a neat
Me-
thing that I have. Like who the
You
hell
need to do the Tom Sizemore with the pistol and throw it at the enemy to
yeah,
kill him.
exactly.
I mean one
I don't
day
know.
as long in Tunisia we might be able to kill tigers with pistols. You know, Tom
Hey,
Hanks 'em.
Tom Hanks.
You got to
Tom
name your
Hanks
soldier
him out.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Well, I do think that they should buff pistols to a degree. Just because like when you run out of ammunition, like let's just say you're like like I mean you pick any gun, right? Like you're out of ammunition, right? And right now the pickup system is so broken
It's really bad.
that
Oh my
how many
goodness,
times
yeah.
I was about to say how many times have you run around with a knife like fuck I just need to kill someone and get their rifle. If all I need to do is find a dead body and get their rifle.
The amount of times that I've died to Valiant trying to pick up his FG-42 after I just killed him is ridiculous. It's painful.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
actually painful. But I don't know. Maybe buff some of the pistols. I mean, they're what, 3-shot kills right now, 2-shot kills, depending on the pistol.
Nagant needs help if you
No,
want to
the
kill somebody.
Nagant
Yeah.
should be garbage. I like my pistols being garbage because it's like this extra fuck you when you kill someone, you know?
I mean, I just think you just make it, but like I would like to see like the Liberator added into it, like some like
I would be
Almost-
down for some super OP pistols.
like you add like some like James Bond golden gun shit, like right, like,
That'd be cool. Darwin's linked a video from
Cuisine Royale?
Cursed, Cuisine Royale that had some crazy like giant revolver in it. I don't really remember what it was called, but it was a massive revolver, and I was like, I want that. I will totally take a revolver that I can just like blow people's heads off with.
man cannon the shit out of it.
Oh, and the Webley's pretty close to that for World War II.
Yeah.
That is true.
So you're not really saying buff pistols. You're saying more of add good pistols.
Yeah, okay, add good pistols.
That's
right?
fair. I'm down for that.
Something.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, obviously there's some pretty like the Germans have some really good pistols. Like the Mauser's really good.
Yeah, the
That's true.
C96 is really good.
Yeah.
But would you like if you're a Russian sniper right now, and the Bolt, not SVT-38, you're using the Mosin-Nagant, right? Like, you don't really need to bring ammo. You don't go through that much. It downs so well. Its time to kill is great. So you don't really need a large ammo pouch. Secondary, I guess you could carry like a PPD. Okay, fine,
You actually
whatever,
can't
right?
because you're a sniper.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
Duh.
you just get a Mosin.
You get a Mosin.
They gave you 2
Yeah.
Mosins.
One
Right,
just
okay.
doesn't have a scope.
That's right. My bad. So like if you made a pistol tangible for the Russians, I guess, for them to carry, like at least it has some way to defend himself
Yeah.
like at close range. Besides pulling his knife out and trying to like,
stab someone.
fucking OJ Simpson the shit out of stuff, just sitting there running around.
The Russian sniper does have the murder gloves on.
We must have quit. Iron sights, yeah. I mean,
right? It's the Russian sniper with the big green gloves.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Da, comrade.
Da, comrade. Comrade OJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
and KVD's gonna promote him to lead executioner.
I mean, yeah, because that's literally what you have to do. When you're out of ammo, or when you're like kind of a sniper. Because like, let's be honest, like not using the scope, using the lower sight,
Yeah,
you're never gonna see anything. Yeah,
some guns don't even have it.
Yeah, some guns don't even have it. Half the time, it doesn't even work. Like, so you either have to like run around like Aaron Hernandez with a knife and just like murder everyone.
Oh my god, these references.
Or you have to like, I don't know, just like find some dead dude and
run up on people like it's London.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Just poking holes in them.
Asking people questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you're a sophisticated man and have axes on your dudes.
Yeah, if you're axe gang. You guys think we'll ever get swords in a in like a box?
Yes.
Really?
Japanese, man. I think.
You're right.
Yeah, the Japanese.
I think the Japanese. I think that's why they added swords to that operation is to test them out for Japanese.
They'll get thousand folded steel.
Yes.
Katanas.
Just cut the Sherman tank in half.
Just saying. Bonsai charges better be happening.
I hope, dude.
I
hope. I miss the Rising Storm 2 or Rising Storm 1 bonsai charges, man. But then again, like how does a bonsai charge work though? What does it even do?
Just makes you run faster.
I guess you run faster and you get extra vitality? Because there's no suppression mechanic.
That's fine.
I feel like why is there not a suppression mechanic in this game? I want some
Russians
sort of suppression.
Don't believe in suppression. What are you talking about?
All right, well the Russians can be resistant to it then.
You got if there's a suppression mechanic, the MG42 just becomes god tier. Its rate of fire is unreal.
nerf it more.
Nerf it more.
I don't know, man. It just feels weird. I feel like there should be some sort of suppression. I don't know. I guess in a game like Battlefield doesn't have suppression, does it?
I think it does.
Battlefields have had suppression since.
You're right. It like turns your screen gray, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's had various bad and successful implementations.
You could do it like that. I mean, like hell, let loose suppression. Absolutely not. Like I feel like you're gonna slow gameplay down. Like to just
something that makes it like, oh shit, I'm getting shot at by a machine gun. It also makes machine guns a little bit better. Which I mean, I don't think that they were over nerfed. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think machine guns are fine.
I think they work fine right now too.
Yeah, everyone is so up in arms about that.
I'll abstain from trolling on the podcast.
Oh god.
Yeah, everyone is so upset. Like Reddit is they've got their pitchforks. Like everything I see is just people flipping out about this MG change, and I'm just. I think it's fine. I don't know. I kill people now.
We thought people complaining about the MG change is going to be bad. Wait till the planes get changed. Like people will probably be like burning their copies of Enlisted in the street when planes get changed.
I will gladly argue with. Like I'm not gonna argue with people about machine gun changes because it's like not a big enough deal to me. I will gladly fight people if they just remove planes. I will gladly fight for that change. Like gladly. They could like tomorrow. It will never happen. Like I was entirely serious when I said the best way to fix planes is to build a time machine, go back in time, and stop them from being added to the game.
Or you win the Mega Millions jackpot and buy Dark Flow and get.
See, there you go. You could do that too.
Option number 2.
I mean, people are going to be mad about it because there's we all experience it when we play this game, right? You get the endorphins when you get all those kills, like just that release of endorphins.
Yeah, 100%.
And people are going to be going from 180 plus kill games to like 40.
They have to actually learn how to shoot people.
Yeah, they don't know they can't play it. They don't know how to play it. They
Yeah.
can't do anything unless it's like I have you can't respond to this.
Yeah.
Like it's the
The
I
enemy
think
is
that
shooting
people,
back. This is unfair.
yeah, I mean, hell, look how mad people are getting now that they're even making planes die faster. People are like, my plane always dies.
And this
Yeah.
Plane
comes from
always dies."
and this comes like from the age when like planes got shot out of the sky by a guy with a pistol.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, I would so much rather that than what we have now.
Well, do you remember like in closed beta when like it was like you got like one red wheel and it was like plane crash, plane can't
Yeah.
fly.
Yeah.
Like, I was fine with that. It was like,
I mean,
be a shitty pilot.
that was dumb, but I would take that over
Yeah.
what we have now.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, right? Like it's just like
At least we can't
okay.
get bombed in Spawn anymore.
Oh my god.
Oof.
That was bad times.
That 40 kill A20 that we watched that one game. Yikes.
That
Yikers, dude. Discard Pixel.
He legit killed the entire enemy team in
Yeah,
one
one bomb.
bomb run 15 seconds into the match.
So
That-
stupid. But thankfully they fixed that.
they fixed that pretty quick.
The one of the coolest changes with the transferring weapons though, so I just remember this from the time travel comment, is that we can send our weapons, we can send our Taz Bs from Moscow into the future to Berlin and upgrade them and then send them back to change the course of the war.
Doc,
That's some Terminator level
Yeah,
shit.
that is
right there, dude.
Terminator level because you can't upgrade your Taz Bs in Moscow. There is no squad to upgrade the Taz B.
Hand
for
your guns
whatever
over
reason.
to Skynet and you get a plasma rifle back.
Yeah. They give you the fully upgraded Taz B back. It's the same price. You don't gain anything here. You're not saving any bronze orders, but you are saving Soviet people with your Terminator Taz Bs that are still shit.
Germany suffers.
Germany suffers.
That is a good point.
Germany suffers with their FG-42s.
God. Everyone's dead. I don't know. That would be good point. I never thought of that.
Yep.
Yeah?
I think it's hilarious.
I think that is pretty funny too.
Too bad we can't send our flamethrowers back in time.
True.
Yeah,
What if
Flame Trooper 2s don't exist.
if you guys got an order where you could send any weapon to any campaign, what would you use? The single weapon to any campaign?
FG-42 to Moscow.
For which side? For the Germans?
No, for
the Russians.
For the Russians.
The Russians capture the
The
prototype.
Russians.
I'd be so mad. What about you, Enlightened?
I'm trying to think of that one honestly. Like that's a tough one. That's a really.
I just went with the most trollistic.
Yeah, an FG-42 to I mean, the firepower alone would be insane.
I would think like an alternate thing. Like I would think something like.
I feel like sending a PTR or sending a Panzerschreck or a Panzerfaust to Moscow would be pretty troll.
Let's see. I was gonna say Panzerfaust to Normandy to deal with.
Oh,
the
we're
jumbo.
gonna get Normandy though. We'll get Panzerfaust in Normandy.
That's what I was thinking. I
Yeah.
was like, what
Yeah.
can I send to like deal with the jumbo? And I guess it was like the Panzerfaust would be, but I don't know, like PPD to like the Allies
In Normandy.
In
Be pretty
Normandy,
brutal,
like,
yeah.
just like something even more brutal for them to deal with. I mean, the Thompson's already brutal, but it doesn't have the drum mag. So
Yeah,
it's
are you guys saw the drum mag, right? The drum mag Thompson? Yeah.
Historically, the drum
That's
mag
the
that
British-
the Brits used.
yeah, that's
Yep.
their thing. Saint Nazarene raid, right?
The
Like,
Americans use that as well though, right?
not
Very
really.
early on, but then it got dropped for the stick mag only version because those cost like $175 to make.
Oh, the drum mags.
The
Yeah.
drum mag
Gotcha. And Thompsons are already really
M1928s,
expensive.
They were just way too expensive.
I'm
to belt out
surprised the
enough of them.
Brits wanted those drum mag Thompsons. That's
Well, they
kinda
only had a
interesting.
limited number too, though. Like you have to think that's why, like a lot of that's why the Stin came to be, right? Is
Right, yeah.
they couldn't buy enough Thompsons.
Yeah,
to
because
get,
they're
you
so
know,
expensive.
That in
Yeah.
the US was like we kind of need these now too after Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, I mean, obviously, and then you got, I mean, all that stuff is just crazy to me. Like, I don't know how to.
Yeah, I mean, price for price comparison, a M1928 Thompson costs almost as much as a Garand to make when you look
Ooh.
at the price point breakdown.
I mean, yeah, I
Really?
mean that's yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it cost and it only cost the British government $12 back then, so like $100 now with inflation
Hmm.
for them to build the Sten. I mean, so
Super
it's just
cheap.
like
The plumber's
Do
abortion.
you
oh god, that thing is a nightmare. I fired one. And they're a nightmare.
I've fired one too. They're
Thing's
not.
a fucking nightmare.
Oh my god, they're terrible, dude. I don't know if you
It's
can
impossible.
make a weapon any worse.
Yeah, like it's just I'd rather have a grease gun.
It's barely a functional weapon, honestly. Like
It's
it's
yeah.
the bare bones to make a firearm.
It's literally a kid takes a pipe and you put a bullet in it, hit the primer with the back of a hammer, and like that's what you made is like a machine gun basically. And I'm like, what is this?
the pipe guns from Fallout?
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty close to that.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It's literally like I think it's like 8 moving parts in the entire thing.
Do you guys how do you guys feel about the overall firepower? I think me and Jason have kind of talked about this a little bit. Just like the overall firepower of Enlisted. Just
like time to kill?
No.
more
He means like how like you can bring 2 gunner squads and have like 6 MGs and like
yeah,
bring
6
2 assault
MGs
squads
and all of your squads
8
have
submachine
Gevers.
guns.
Yeah, everyone's got Gevers.
The
Everyone's got
9-man infantry squad with
FG-42s.
F342.
Yeah,
you know, the
things
8
like that.
FG-42s, 1 LMJ and shit like that.
Because, like, in my opinion, and I think I might be in the minority here, and that's fine. I think that that's a little ridiculous. I think that they should introduce some sort of maybe like automatic rifleman squad to the game, and it's like those are the guys that get semi-automatic rifles or something like that, or just like limit the amount of these guns that everybody has. I don't know. I really like. I feel like I like it more whenever we have more like bolt actions, because it's like not everyone like. It's so unrealistic to have everybody in Berlin, all the Germans running around Berlin with Gewehr 43s. It's unrealistic to have them in Normandy running around with Gewehrs. You know, I mean, they used.
That's why Moscow's the better campaign.
Yeah,
Just
I
stop throwing
honestly
it-
no,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I honestly think that because it makes it a little bit more skill based. It slows the game down a little bit. It also makes the weapons that are powerful like feel more powerful. Like when everyone has an SVT, I feel like the MGs are a little bit less impressive. You know?
Yeah, I get it too, but like, I mean, for me personally, like, I think one of the most OP guns in the game, and no one talks about it, is the Winchester.
That gun's pretty insane.
Yeah, like
Winchester's really strong.
Yeah, it's so I mean, that's a lever action.
It's like it'd be like having a Lee Enfield in Moscow.
Yeah, it's like yeah. I mean, it's got
It's
the
ridiculous.
I think
It's a cowboy
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah, it's a cowboy.
well, I mean,
gun.
at level 5, it shoots as fast as the Lee Enfield.
Yeah.
Like stat for stat, like they shoot the same. So it's like
There's a lot of sleeper guns in the game that get overlooked just because of how dominant, you know, like PPD LMGs are and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
But
and
see,
a lot of
I've
different
never with the Winchester, I have never felt like, oh, I'm screwed if I come up against like a dude with a MG13. Like it's just how you play a little bit with it, right?
yeah,
Like,
you gotta
obviously-
land your shot for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you miss, like you're fine.
But
Like,
would you? But if you had, but if you could, would you take a Winchester squad over a squad with all SVTs?
Yeah, I do
Really?
that now. I still do that. I don't.
Wow.
I'm just one of those weird dudes. Like I like to play with the bolt and just.
I do too.
Now-
Like, don't get me wrong. That's part of the reason why I'm advertising.
That's
for
why
this.
Quadra's putting this.
That's
out
part of the
there.
reason why I'm
Yeah.
advertising for this is because I think that's it's more fun, I think, and I think
Mhm.
it's more interesting overall. But I don't know, it just feels like it's less effective a lot of the time.
I guess it's more. It's less effective if you run into like a group of people. That's when it like really sucks. Where it's like, oh, like I just ran into 2 squads and I've got a Mosin.
yeah, maybe
Great.
less effective isn't the right word, and maybe harder to use is more accurate.
Yeah, I can
like
see
it's
that.
it's harder to use a bolt action than it is to use an SVT. Like whenever you get to the semi-autos, I feel like it's just like, great, let me just equip everyone with it, right?
Yeah, to the
and,
most-
and
for the
there's a
most part, yeah.
historical inaccuracy part of it that kind of bugs me.
Mhm.
You know, like part of the reason why all of the Germans had Kar 98s was because the role of the rifleman in Germany was not to shoot people, really. It was to support your MGs. Like your MG42 was the main thing that was supposed to do everything. And so the infantry just existed to support. I mean, they were supposed to shoot people, but it existed to to support the MG42. You know what I
Then
mean?
you had your squad leader with the MP38 or the MP40.
Hans, why did
Exactly.
you shoot him?
Yeah.
You're not an MG.
You shoot around. You shoot around them to scare them into the MG.
You corral
Hans.
them into the MG fire.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, yeah. But you know what I mean. I mean, they that was why they didn't use the semi-autos, because that wasn't what the doctrine said. The doctrine was supposed to be funnel them into the MG and let the MG kill everything. And the Americans had to have M1 Garands because their MGs were shit. Like, they couldn't, they needed to have the firepower from the M1 Garand.
Well, that's why the Americans could get away with the bar. Like,
Yeah.
if they didn't have Garands, I don't know what the US, because
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the big question, right? Like personally, I'm fine with that because I rarely use SVTs or anything like that. Honestly, like the AVS is trash. Anyone wants to at me, it's trash. There's no way in hell you can hit anything with it.
It's one of those weird weapons that does really well with the AI for whatever reason, like the M2 carbine. You just give it to the AI and they just start shooting.
Can we give the FG42 the recoil and the bullet dispersion of the frickin' AVS? Yeah, I swear to God, I put that thing on someone who's like 10 feet away from me, and it's just like miss.
Yeah, I mean it's all over the place, right? So I could see I would be okay with if you added a role. Let's just call it squad leader,
right?
And then those are the roles, and you could add let's just say out of nine guys, you can add 2.
Yeah,
I guess right.
Officer class. See, I'd be down for officer classes. I've said that for a while.
Well, because that's how originally the G40. Well, no, the G41s were given to mountain troops too, but they were originally given out to NCOs to replace MP40s out in Russia.
Go ahead.
So I was just gonna say officer class. I'd be super down for that because I've been saying for a while, an officer class that buffs AI, makes the AI a little bit more accurate. I think that'd be super cool. It just makes them, whenever there's an officer around, it just makes the AI shoot a little bit better, maybe a little bit faster, a little bit more accurate. You can shoot a Russian soldier to make the rest of them fight harder if you're the Russians.
There you go.
get the commissar in
the
the
squad. Get the commissar in the squad. But seriously, I think that would work. I think that would be fine, and then you can give them the better weapons, right?
But what about, I guess where it becomes an issue is when you have those matchups. So does the American base rifle, is it at the M1ers or at the Springfield?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Honestly, I'm all for why can I not think of the word? It's not asynchronous. Asymmetrical balance. Yeah, asymmetrical. I was like, that's not it. No, I'm all for asymmetrical balancing. And I think that you could balance it in a way to where the game was fair with the Americans having M1 Garands and the Germans having Kar 98s. But I don't think they would ever do that.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna ever do that.
I don't think that they would ever do it. And I don't think that they would ever make it to where there's less semi-automatic weapons in the game. It's just one of those things that I'm gonna yell at the wall next to me.
Yeah.
Be like, wouldn't this be cool?
I don't. Yeah, it would be cool. I don't know. I think that. I don't know. I've never felt, and maybe I'm probably very much in the minority. I've just never felt super outgunned with my Mosin rocket, grenade launcher that I use like a madman.
No, I mean, it makes sense. I don't think that you're super outgunned, but it's just one of those things where it's once you get I feel like once people really start figuring out the game, although I said this 5 months ago, I feel like it's gonna get brutal. Cause you run into those players, players like us, players like Valiant, God forbid, where it's just my God, the amount of firepower that you have in one squad, one guy, an FG42, one soldier with an FG42 with amazing player is equivalent to 3 enemy squads.
I agree.
It can be
and
brutal.
And if they get into a power position, forget it. It's very tough to
God forbid whenever they add stuff like the STG. I don't even know.
That better be for every class then. If the FG42 is for every class, then
in the Berlin Alpha, the STG was assault only.
It better be assault only
with the Fedorov as well.
I do
They
not
make the
understand.
FG-42 machine gun only. Like it. Like I don't
think it needs to be on gunner. I think the FG-42 should just be on assaulters, and it should be
Assaulters? Okay.
replaced by the VG-15. Why the hell is a VG-15 an assault weapon?
Good point.
I mean, that's literally what the VG-15 was literally made for civilians to use, wasn't it?
It was the Walmart Stormgewehr.
Yeah, it's literally Volks. It was the Volkssturm, right? The Volkssturm 1.5 or whatever. Like that was its purpose, was for everyone to be able to use it. Why are we giving, like, it's so frustrating to me seeing guys in civilian clothing running around with goddamn FG-42s like they found it on the ground. Like,
Hans is dead. Pick it up, Grandpa.
yeah, like,
I mean, there's the famous
Darwin's
picture
makes
of
sense too.
the dead SS dude in Berlin with the FG-42.
Yeah. Darwin says FG-42 for engineers only, which I could also see that.
Because it unlocks with the engineers.
Because it
That
unlocks
makes
with the
sense,
engineers,
too.
exactly.
I mean, that's fine.
I'd be
then-
fine with that too.
What do you do in Normandy with the FG-42 scoped variant for the Sniper 3s?
That's
take
fine.
it
You're on
out.
a sniper. Just take it. You can have at most 3 snipers in a single sniper squad specifically, and at most 1 in other squads. You can have
That's
that.
true. Too.
Also, you should not be able to remove scopes from snipers.
See, that's what everyone does is they remove the
Yep,
scope.
That's
and it's
stupid.
like,
You
well,
should
there's
not
my
you should not be allowed to do that.
That's what I was alluding to with
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say,
Sniper
now I've
3
got,
See,
combo.
but like that's the thing though, is it's like, even if you do remove the scope, you've got 3 guys in your squad. I can deal with 3 guys as an American soldier. I might lose half my goddamn squad, right? But I can deal with it. I
Are
can't
we
deal
talking
with
Panther and Tiger tanks or soldiers here?
I can't deal with 9 FG-42s. It doesn't matter what squad I have. You just can't deal with that with 1 squad. It is ridiculous having to fight into that. That's why people try to tell me that the Russians are so much better in Berlin, and I'm like, y'all haven't played the game enough. Like, you're not running into people that have FG-42s and know what to do.
The eight infantry dudes with the FG-42 and the one guy with
9.
the FG-34 with the 75 round mag.
Honestly, I don't think you'd ever use. I think if you were running, if like the best squad in the game, I think, is the 9-man infantry squad with FG-42s in Berlin.
All FG-42s?
All
Oh,
FG-42s.
okay.
Yep. Or
I mean, they're
Normandy, same thing.
They're definitely the most brutal.
You know what?
to
No,
deal with,
you
sure.
would run. The best thing would be running 8 FG-42s and then a
Engineer.
no, yes, but no, the Gewehr Kurz. The gold weapon.
You'll
order.
be able to, if you can transfer gold weapon orders, you can eventually have 2.
I don't think I've ever used that one, the Gewehr or
It's
whatever.
it's the gold weapon order for Berlin and Normandy.
And
It
No-
is
and Normandy.
it's an STG. It's a semi-auto STG and has 3 round burst. It's
the M16.
it is the best gun in the game, pretty far and away in my opinion.
Nice.
And I think most people would agree with that. I mean, it has 0 recoil. If the STG is anything like that, which it will be, God help the Russians in Berlin. I mean, there's a reason the Russians took so many casualties, and we're about to be recreating that in Enlisted, because oh my God, I've wiped out. I mean, if you have large ammo bags on that thing, you get like, it's got a 30 round mag, I think, and you get like 180 extra rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes 3 shots to kill and has no recoil. 2 shots to kill actually, and has no recoil.
It's like the
like,
battle rifle of Halo.
It's
right?
literally
Put it-
yeah,
put
it's,
it done.
yeah, and you can clear buildings with it because you put it on burst, you run to a room and just start shooting. It's laser accurate. It has no it's
no
insane.
deviation.
Yeah, no deviation. I mean,
Only really con to it is you overkill on burst if you're too far
Yeah.
away, because you just end up spraying too much ammo into corpses. But that's its only downside.
It's not really a downside, really, either. I mean, hell, if you've got the ability to rearm.
Yeah.
Jeez.
and it'll be scary once this battle pass ends and people are gonna be able to buy that thing, because you can buy the gold weapons after they.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can equip entire squads with them. I don't know if you can get more than one,
No idea.
but I know you can
Which
buy
is a
them.
good question. What's going to be the gold order weapons for?
Yeah, there you go.
Spaghetti faction.
We're here
and,
at
the-
we're here at an hour and a half, so we'll end it with this. What are we going to be the gold weapon and gold vehicle orders and stuff in Tunisia and the other campaigns? We can go through all of them.
Which one we want to start with first? I guess
Let's
Tunisia.
start-
since
yeah,
it's
start
the
with
new
Tunisia.
hotness.
Yeah, start with Tunisia. I mean, gold vehicle. It's got to be a British vehicle, right?
You would think, right? Like
I feel like
I'm
I
going
would
something
do
in
that.
the air. Something in the air.
You think in the
for
air?
Brit.
See, I feel like it might be like a Grant.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't
That's
think
so
they'll do the
lackluster.
Churchill because that's like you can
PS5?
you can just buy a Churchill at the beginning of the game. That seems really broken. But I
think it's
mean,
gonna
you did it with the fucking T52 or whatever it is.
A T50 from
T50,
Moscow.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with an interesting choice for British premium. One of the armored cars
For the gold order or
Oh.
for a premium?
for premium.
Okay.
For premium, like
I mean, I'd
the
be
AEC.
down.
Yeah, I can see that.
British Puma.
British Puma.
British Puma. I could see that.
Remember, they all have to be in War Thunder. Is the AEC in War Thunder?
I don't
Because they
fucking
will
sure.
not
Yeah.
put something that's not in War Thunder in the game.
What about no? I just think the gold weapon order for the Brits is going to be
Yeah,
something.
it's in War Thunder.
It's going to be like a Spitfire of some sort, or it's going to be like some kind of like aircraft. I just feel like
Could be. I mean, it makes sense. Definitely tracks. So like a Hurricane. Maybe
yeah, like a
Spitfire.
Hurricane, Spitfire. Something like that. I feel like that's going to be because I feel like tanks. They're kind of going to have it in the game, like it's going to be covered.
What about the weapon? What's some weird ass unique weapon that the Brits would have had?
The
Siles carbine.
Yeah, the Siles carbine.
Oh right,
That's-
yeah, we already talked about that. Isn't it? It's like the
That's-
silenced.
Yeah,
Like
that
a
thing's gonna be
Silent
legit.
Yeah, I bet that
If they-
makes sense.
If they don't have that, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Okay, what about for the Italians? Gold Order Italian vehicle. I mean, it's one of the vehicles that's already made the game, and I feel like we're probably going to be getting.
Could be the P-26.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, the medium tank.
The medium tank. The P stands for heavy. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the P-26. That's what I would pick.
Okay. What do you think when do you unlock the P-26? Do you think that's going to be like the last unlock? Do you?
I think
What,
it's gonna be
Tiger?
29. I think it's gonna be like
wait,
T-50.
Wouldn't it just be? I feel like the gold vehicle would be Tiger 131.
Oh God.
Right? I
hope
mean,
they got.
please God no, but
in
like,
North-
right?
I hope there's not a
Gold
single
Order
tiger
vehicle?
in Tunisia. I hope there is not a single tiger. in
26
Tunisia.
levels, dude. There's going to be a Tiger.
I hope it's one of was it the 232, the 6-wheel armored car, the one that Rommel used as his command car in North Africa.
Well, that would be the
Oh, yeah, that's
premium.
right.
That'd be the premium, not the
Yeah, the
gold.
premium,
The
yeah,
premium
yeah.
would sure. I mean, that could be fine. But gold order weapon or gold order
You
vehicle.
gold order vehicle.
You think it's gonna be a tiger?
I mean, Tiger 131, right? I mean, that's iconic as hell. Like,
Yeah, it
I
probably.
mean, I'm
will be.
saying
yeah.
that I'm saying that like horrified because that means all the people that I've been telling to save their gold vehicle orders.
Get ready for Tigers.
and I'm gonna get
every
blasted
game.
by. I mean, but
Oh,
then
there
again,
goes our splendid Cromwell.
but the Tiger though would be on its separate squad, so that would take.
I
Time.
know Chat's talking about it. If Dark Flow is gonna be historical about it, Stoogs were not in North Africa.
I was about to say Stoogs aren't gonna be there at all.
Panthers.
No
Throw
no
Panther
Stoog
in
no
there for-
Stoog.
No,
fucking
no
time.
I know.
Panther there either.
Panther, fuck it.
Panthers were having transmission problems. The
Could you
rate
imagine?
shocker.
Could you imagine
They were-
Panthers in fucking Tunisia?
That'd
they
be
were
bad.
discovering that their transmissions were really bad.
You
at
thought Russia was
43,
bad?
43.
Try the
Yeah.
deserts of North Africa with the Panther.
It could be one of the long barrel the first long barrel Panzer IV maybe as a gold order vehicle.
Yeah. Well, remember, I mean,
Like
it's gonna
F2.
be a vehicle that you unlock. That's how it works. It's always a vehicle you
Yeah.
unlock. So
If it's a tiger, if tigers are going to be in Tunisia, which we
they
all
will
think-
be. They have to be.
then it's a tiger. Like there's
Yeah,
no
it's a
debate.
tiger. It's
Yeah.
Tiger
Like,
131.
like we can't.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the last thing that you unlock. And,
my
you know,
my only thing is it a gold vehicle order Tiger this battle pass, or are they gonna do the 131 the next one so they can let people level up? Because if they make it to where the Tiger is part of the initial tank squad you get, and then everyone. People just spawn with tigers. I'm gonna be getting shot by a tiger in my Valentine. Like it's gonna be
Yeah,
awful.
No, they're gonna do like what they did with the T50. They're not gonna run it as the first.
they
The
can't.
T50 is part of the first squad. You can get the,
The
T50
T50
at level 1.
The T50 is not a tiger though. Like,
It's true, but it's
like,
still
the
brutal.
T50 can be taken out.
It's true.
like buy German tanks, like
Yeah.
mid-tier German tanks if you play right. I mean, it's not easy by any means of the imagination, but it's
We'll,
not like impossible.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I
think
think Tiger 131, or I think a Panzer III with the long
I think
barrel.
Italian gun for gold order is a lot tougher because we're really reaching for a gold order.
They had
Italian
some.
gun.
They had
like-
some weird. They had some weird rifles that they might do.
I can't think of the
To
any rifle that they.
Wikipedia,
Because if the semi-auto one's gonna just be in like the campaign unlocks,
They had some weird special troop carbine that was not produced very much. They had like a short
of the
rifle. Someone mentioned like a. Someone mentioned a rifle that I think it was Darwin's maybe. Someone said something that was like a converted LMG or something like that. Breda 1935. The hell is a Breda 1935?
I mean, that could be one, but I don't know. That might even be in the game.
Oh, the Breda PG. Oh,
yeah,
they're not gonna do that.
I'm trying to think of like
What are they
Italian
not going to have in the
weapons, yeah.
game too, though? Like that's the thing is like the Italians don't really have that many like weapons that they can even choose.
the Corcano that traveled through time and killed JFK.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
You get the JFK killer, like
Yes.
I mean, it could always just be like, it could be like captured French equipment too.
Yeah, like the FN 2429
Yeah.
or whatever.
Gauche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M1014.
There's never been a gold order machine gun, has there?
Nope.
No, but that's what I was thinking. Could it be like
Yeah.
what was their shitty ass little water cooled one that they had?
The Beretta 5G or 5C or something like that. Yeah.
Like it could be that. I could see that being one of them. That's a tough one. I don't know.
What about
don't know what
Normandy? What's a weird gold order weapon for the Hey guys, I'm just gonna cut it off here. There's just not a whole lot that we really talked about after this that was super interesting or super relevant in my opinion. We just kind of ended up rambling for like 3 hours or something like that, and I don't want to upload a 3-hour video. This one's already pretty long. I want to keep it around an hour and a half. So if you guys want to see the rest of it, let me know in the comments and I can upload like a part 2 or something like that. But like I said, it's not stuff that's like super interesting or super relevant. But again, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. Guys, if you guys want to see the full thing and see this when it's live, come follow me, twitch.tv/HeyQuadro. We'll do more podcasts after the launch of Tunisia here soon. And then, guys, remember, you can also go follow Enlightened Enlisted at Enlightened Enlisted, and also you can sub to him on YouTube. Cards for that in the top right of your screen. Finally, guys, thank you so much for watching. Glad to have you guys here. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.